Right. Shalom, 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 y'all. Shalom. I want to say shalom to y'all. It's Michael Israel. You watching Spiritual Combat. And as you could tell by the title, we are this is another real talk show where we come in straight down the middle. Um, and you know, what I want to do uh, on this show here um, is today is just put a whole bunch of stuff to bed so we can move forward, um, uh, kind of clear the air on a whole bunch of stuff. Nothing big. The majority of this stuff gonna be very um, practical on a biblical level. I think everybody will get understanding and everything. Um, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So as you've seen, I see a lot of people out there doing videos about this Pastor Rufus, Pastor Dow, all this stuff that's going on, everything like that, which is really no big deal. Um, Truth be told, Pastor done already, he saw what Pastor Dow seen what it was already. He's seen it's a big distraction. He's, you know, like we heading on in the other direction. But what I want to address is just the way a lot of people out there move with one-sided information, really not knowing the whole thing. Um, One of the things that was put out there, or that's being said, is they're talking about the tapes, or I think Pastor Rufus is talking about the tapes. I listen to some of them. Mainly, I listen, and I'm gonna listen to all of them, but I listened to the first one where how this whole thing came about, which a lot of people don't know. Um, and you know, it's kind of, uh, a lot of people have trouble, and maybe it's a gift of wisdom or whatever you want to say, but in situations, when situations happen and there's conflict and resolving conflict, you gotta learn to look at the essence of a situation and not get caught up in all the little details because they'll distract you, and just look at what the essence of you know the situation is. A good question there. The guy Major will address all that. But you gotta learn how to look at what the essence of the situation is, and that's kind of how this whole thing kind of blew up when you look at it. In a nutshell, and like I said, just summarizing the whole situation. What happened is Pastor had been pushing everybody, particularly leadership, to step up, be a bigger example, be out front working. Basically, what straight ways about. Like if you come, like I was talking to Pastor yesterday, I was like, bro, I was like before I even like the first videos I saw straightway, the one thing that came across strong was that it's a masculine ministry and you're going to be out there, you're going to be leading by example and working and building, you're going to be doing it. And then as I watch more videos, it without him even doing lessons on it, you could see that that's what it was about. You see videos of him teaching, coming straight down the middle, not sparing people's feelings, just coming straight with what needs to be heard. And then you also see him doing videos out there building and being about, so, and that came across strong where I didn't need to come in straight when have somebody tell me, hey, you need to be out working, you need to be out front. It's literally like the trademark of Straightway. Um, and it's easy to it is easy to get in here, kind of get complacent, and um, be like, oh, let your old mindset try to creep back in or whatever might be going on. I'm not saying that's what happened here, but whatever. So, in a nutshell, the when you watch those tapes that Pastor Rufus talks about, that let me say this: the tapes don't need to come out because, and I understand, Pastor Rufus is frustrated and upset and the whole situation because they're very close. They were very close, and clearly, it hurt both of them going through this. Um, and I understand, the emotions involved. However, him pushing for some tapes to come out, and he's not thinking there were things said in those tapes that don't need to be put out to the general public, as far as things were brought up about other people that everybody don't need to be hearing about, and I don't even need to go into that. But this is why people, like, you can't be getting in your feelings, and I understand. Look, it's hard not to get on the emotional roller coasters in certain situations. I'm not saying, look, I'm guilty of it too. I understand how emotionally charged things can get, but at some point, the word needs to kick in. You know what I'm saying? To where, we need to, folks need to move accordingly. Um, but uh, to sum up, what in those tapes, Pastor made a push. He said, hey, he wants to move quicker. Why? It's like you automatic, like, it don't take a bunch of explanation to me. It's like you see the signs of the times. You could feel it in your spirit. How, look, times are getting, you know, times are getting tough. Times are we're in the end times. You know what I'm saying? And you can sense it. And Pastor put a push on us. You know what I'm saying? He was like, look, he was talking about getting in shape, getting your weight right. You're gonna have to, you know, ain't no making excuses because he the example. He older than me and he's in shape. And I thank the Father for it because I was sitting here, you know, um, with certain issues, weight coming on me, everything like that. Like, oh, I guess this is the way it is. I guess I'm old now. Type shit, you know. And then after that push, here it is. Hey, I'm getting in. I found a way to get in shape and to do what I needed to do, and I'm in a better place. Uh, Core is in the best place. This whole home assembly, my whole family here in this whole assembly, the brothers and sisters here, we're all in better condition because of this push that came forth. And guess what? He came straight down the middle. He wasn't sparing feelings or nothing. He was like, get your ass in shape, get out there, get working, this, that, and the other. Well, what happened when Pastor put those videos out, Pastor Rufus took some of them as personal shots at him. I took it as a personal shot against me. But my response was get my ass in shape. And it's beneficial. And the way I take, I don't know, you want now what they talk about is the shotgun method versus the rifle method. The shotgun method is addressing everybody. The rifle method is going to somebody to their face and telling them whatever. And me personally, I I prefer the sniper method where you just, yo, just hit me with it straight up. I don't want no gray area. But I take the shotgun method where you're talking to everybody. I take that as the sniper method or the rifle method to get better, like to have a burning desire to get better, okay, and to level up and to get on another level. Pastor Rufus kind of felt that he was going in that direction and that the videos were personal shots at him. And that was part of it. That was part of it. And then Pastor Rufus felt that Pastor had grown distant from him. Okay. Um, you know, and looking at the whole thing, you know, being on the inside, knowing both of them, what I observe is that Pastor wants people lockstep doing what he does as far as, and it's what I did when I came in. Now this is my military mindset. Going, getting all the details, knowing exactly what needs to be done, okay? And getting in line with exactly what needs to be done. So that's what I did. Hey, how do I buy land? What land should I buy? Where should it be at? How'd you do this? How'd you do that? How you doing this? And just falling in line with the example. I think there was a little, uh, Pastor Rufus saw his way of doing it, and that's kind of where a lot of the conflict and the head bumping kind of came in at. Um, Let me see. But this is the thing. Let's see. See. And I'm just like I said, Pastor Rufus probably disagree with some of the stuff I'm saying, but like I said, or like I'm not going in all the details about everything, but I'm just kind of telling you now. One of the things I said earlier is talking about focusing on the essence of things, learning to focus on the essence and not all the little details, but on who people are, what situations are, everything like that. Look, a lot of people, there has to be compassion and empathy, and it's not what y'all think, but a lot of people lack understanding. Like me, for instance, when you see Pastor, he's austere. He like straightforward, hard hitting. Reminds me of like a mixture of a drill sergeant and a WWF wrestler type shit. The way he come off, boom, coming straight forward, ain't mixing up words, straight down the middle, boom, boom, boom. And then for me, I got to know Pastor. I deal with him all the time, and you get to know him. He's kind of the same way. He's focused. He's straightforward, and he's a rough man. I ain't gonna say rough, but you know what I mean. And then you think about it. That's If you look at what he's done, he's literally set up a model of how to operate in this captivity. And in order to do that, you can't be Joel Osteen. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people want Pastor, like, because I listen to a lot of these videos. I listen to this guy, Brainwaves, and this guy, Prince of Power, and Ringo, and all these other people. And Brainwaves had this sister Lala on there, and she's like, "Oh, he said I was fat," and something she said and hurt her, and it's like, bro, y'all wanting him to be Joel Osteen, but he's having to do like you know what I'm saying, warfare type stuff. And there's a lot of lack of understanding. They wanting, oh, be, you know, it don't, you can't be a gentle man when rough things have to be done. And I'm telling you, I've been in this thing for about 5 years. And the stuff you have to deal with, you know, like let me read something I wrote here. Okay. Um, you know, Pat, like with Straightway, Pastor did Straightway video by video, brick by brick. But this is the hard part, situation by situation. And y'all, when you're dealing with Israel, you have no idea what it's like dealing with these situations. Like situation by situation, just pulls shit out of you, man. It's tough. And I look, like I said, I only been here 5 years. He been doing it, what, 30? Dealing with stuff from the ground up. I haven't even. We're working on getting our whole business together so that we could bring in money and buy land. That's where we're at with things. He been on land. He done dealt with death and all this stuff. Literally putting together a nation according to what the word says. And a lot of people, when they get in their feelings, they don't consider this. I do. Because I get in my feelings too. I see stuff will happen. And then I'm like, you know, but then I got to think, hey, this man has this level of experience. He's been through this, that, and the other. So I think twice before I get in there. So it's like when something comes forth, I'm looking for how I'm going to apply it to myself. You understand what I'm saying? Pastor come out, say something. Leadership here in Straightway comes out and says something. I look for how I'm going to apply it to myself. What a lot of y'all don't know, because I see some people come in, oh, why every time something happens, why are you come and speak on it? Because hey, that's where I'm at. I'm well qualified to speak on it. When I came in to Straightway, Pastor Rufus was pretty much over me. He was my go-to person. He was my point of contact. He was a person who was over me, who guided me through dealing with situations in my assembly, stuff like that. I dealt with Pastor Rufus a lot. And then once I moved out of Florida, I moved right up here near Straightway, and now I deal with Pastor Dow a lot, you know. And to this day, right now, I still have a lot of love and respect for Pastor Rufus. Same thing for Pastor Dow. But I clearly understand that Pastor, you know, and I'm looking at this whole situation, and like I said, I'm not coming over here throwing mud at Pastor Rufus and nothing like that. But looking at this whole situation, looking at the essence of this whole situation, I understand how Pastor was moving. Elder Rufus got too caught up in, you call it offense or whatever it was. I think he lost the essence of what he was supposed to be doing. And he kind of, like I said, he got kind of upset that, hey, Pat, but look, there's dealing with Pastor Dow, there's no guesswork. You ain't got to guess. Like, and you can see it. He says what he's thinking, and he thinks what he says. And you don't have to mix up words. And I love that. I don't care how harsh the words are. But the thing is, you got a lot of men, they listen to tone to too much of the tone, and they're not listening to actually what's being said. They're too caught up in how it's being said, and they're not listening to what's being said. And me, after being in the Air Force all those years, and then some of the stuff the Most High worked on me with, I learned, listen to what people are saying. Because I became so thirsty to get my life together and get it right. And I ain't there yet. I'm in the process of doing it. But I'm definitely moving in the direction I need to move. And I learned, hey, listen to what's being said, not to how it's being said. I learned to not even listen to how many times something's being said. If something's said, I just listen to it and try to process it and see how I can integrate it into what I got going on, everything like that. You got a lot of men out there, that's not the case. Getting back, because I kind of deviated to the essence of things, when you take a step back and what the essence of what was going on with this situation and is Pastor made a shift to the ministry to go harder in the paint and move forward. Why? Because of the signs of the times. So what's going on in the world? You know what I'm saying? And Pastor Rufus wasn't ready for that shift. Like that is how I see how I saw it. Now the other thing that came up with the situation is Pastor's handling of the ecclesiastical council and all this stuff like that. Okay. To which, again, I talk about looking at the essence of things, not getting caught up in the details. Because you had Elder Crago. He went with Pastor Rufus. He's part of Straightway. Again, a good brother, a good elder. Got a lot of respect for him to this very day. Got a lot of love for him this very day. One of the things they got upset about was that the ecclesiastical council that was set up, that Pastor didn't go by it. He kind of pushed it, influenced it, this, that, and the other. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all this, okay? Again, this is the way I look at stuff, on that video, there's a video put out that everybody can go watch where we had kind of like a hearing type thing where Pastor talked to the people at Georgia, all that stuff like that. At the beginning of the video, Pastor Dow came on there and he was like, I am beyond reproach. He was like, nobody could tell me nothing, this, that, and the other. To which, was that the best way to put it? I don't think so. But what I do, I look at the essence of what's being said. And this is the way I heard it, is, look, back in 2000, what is it? Look, back in 1995 or some shit like that, Pastor was out there doing this thing. You know what I was doing? Getting ready to go in the Air Force. Fully wicked, full of sin. By 1999, you know what Pastor was doing? Out here doing this thing, trying to build this thing up, brick by brick, video by video, situation by situation. You know what I was doing? I was an alcoholic, a porn addict, in the Air Force, sinning, getting ready to get out. Okay, 2005. You know what Pastor was doing? Building this shit up, brick by brick, situation by situation. You know what I'm saying? Doing this thing. You know what I was doing in 2005? flying from city to city, drinking, partying, sinning, a hot damn mess, confused, beginning to get an inkling that something's off. You know, 2006, you know what I was doing? I was beginning to wake up and realize something's off. You know what Pass was doing? Building this shit up, brick by brick, video by video, situation by situation. You know what I'm saying? 2010, you know what I was doing? Still had my thumb up my ass, still hadn't figured everything out. You know what Pass was out here doing? Building this thing up brick by brick. Y'all know where I'm going with it. 2017, 18-ish, something like that. I began waking up, coming into the knowledge. I found out even who he was. You know what he was doing? Building this thing up, brick by brick, situation by situation, dealing just year after year, staying consistent with this thing. You know. And now here I come into it. Hey, look, you know what I do? So here I am. Now I'm at Straightway. I'm a part of Straightway. Here it is. I think I came to Straightway 2019. Here I am. I'm coming into Straightway. Still got a giant learning curve of learning how to walk this out, learning how to deal with people, all this stuff. You know what Pastor Dow's doing? Still building this thing brick by brick, video by video. You know what I'm saying? Situation by situation. Now, here it is. I get to know him. I moved up here 2 years ago. I moved up here. I'm around him a lot. And you know what I see? I see a man who was tough and focused and hard-headed enough to ignore everybody else and focus on Yah and just stay the course for years. Does he have his battle wounds from doing that, from being faithful and staying the course for that many years? Hell yeah. Who wouldn't? Dealing with the stuff he's had to deal with. Hey, listen, y'all people who sit behind cameras and criticize and make all these videos. Look, I've been doing this for 5 years and I got battle wounds. Okay, I've dealt with a lot of drama with Israel. Israel's very stubborn. I've had to deal with brothers that were part of my particular assembly. A brother died in a tragic way due to his stubbornness. It does something to you. It does something to you. It does something to you that just sitting behind a camera making videos won't do. And that's what I talk about when I talk about having compassion, being compassionate, you know, not getting not getting caught up in your feelings and your emotions. You talk to me wrong. Look, Pastor done told me stuff, and I had to be like, okay, yes, sir. On like some military type shit. That's what I mean. But I like that. I understand it. I get it. But a lot of people don't get it. Now, on the flip side, let me keep it 100, keep it balanced. Because like I said, I got a lot of love. I got a lot of respect for Pastor Rufus too. And Pastor Rufus came up tough too. Pastor Rufus has your typical Hebrew curses coming up, like the way he grew up. He grew up in Cambodia, Vietnam type shit, ghetto type stuff. When I say Cambodia, Vietnam, that's when I'm talking about brothers who came up real tough. We got a couple brothers in our assembly who came up in like these just crazy ghetto conditions that most people are not privy to. You know what I'm saying? And had been through some things and done some stuff. Real brothers, man. Like I don't just like I, you know, and I get it, man. Like because again, coming into this, I saw Pastor Rufus and Pastor Dow's relationship, um, uh, and it was tight. And bro, that's gonna look. We hey, these men, these is tough men. They are pastors tough. Elder Rufus tough. Look, they tough men, but hey, it ain't that tough. Like hey, something like that, you gonna be hurt. I could see the hurt. I don't care how hard any of them try to hide it. It hurts, man. That shit's damaging, you know. And I get it, you know. But I just want to, you know, and I got more stuff to talk about. But I'm trying to paint a picture of reality on this because a lot, like I watch some of these videos, and let me say this too, because I ain't gonna just go all in like that, but I'm gonna say something about that dude Brainwaves. I watched this video with Lala because she had called out my name about something I said, and sis, if I said something like that and I hurt you and that damaged you, that's my bad. You know what I'm saying? I say that straight up. But anyway, I watched that show, and Brainwaves, there's something to work with there. He not like Ringo or New Breed, some of these other dudes. From what I saw that video, like there's something there. Like I think he could be worked with. You know what I'm saying? Um, at some point, I might even reach out to him or whatever. But you know, but I'm just telling y'all. Still, the story. There's a lot of one-sided. I know Pastor Rufus is upset and he's seeing things a certain way. But let me say this too, because this is a big thing that keeps getting put out there. Pastor Rufus wasn't put out a straight way. He like as bad as y'all want to push that narrative, he wasn't put out a straight way. And I could bring a whole bunch of witnesses that will excuse me back that up. Okay? And to be honest, he should come and back this up too, because what Pastor was going to do was have him step down from his position, and they had made provisions, or they were in the process of making provisions for him to stay on another community, and they were setting up the housing so he could be totally taken care of. So if let me break this down biblically, okay? If let me see if I can find this. Okay, here we go right here. And I'm going to get to y'all's questions too. If Pastor Rufus had of let me see. Y'all give me a sec so I can pull this. I know I put this thing somewhere. Okay, here it is. So if Pastor Rufus had a 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 18 this situation, he just been living on a community. For the most part, carefree. You see what I'm saying? So 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 18, it says, servants, be subject to your masters with all fear, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the froward. You can look up what that word froward means. That means difficult, or if they're unrighteous. So this scripture here covers this situation. For this is thankworthy if a man for conscience towards God endure grief, suffering wrongfully. For what glory is it if when you be buffeted for your faults, you shall take it patiently. So if you have a legitimate fault and you get rebuked and you take it patiently, I mean, it says, what glory is it if that's the case? There's no glory. But, listen to this, but if when you do well, so you do right, if you do well and suffer for it, you take it patiently, this is acceptable with Yah. Okay? For even hereunto were you called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an example that ye should follow his steps. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna tell you this. That, like, I'll give you a perfect example. When I came to Straightway, I was like, hey, y'all should do the video this way, or you should do the video that way. And people, and they'd be like, nobody would listen. So I was like, hey, instead of telling them, I'll just show them. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if that was the best example, but if I'm wrongly accused and I go, well, hey, I didn't do that. Yes, you did. And I see it's beginning to turn into an argument. Let y'all deal with it. Everybody knows. See, everybody here in Straightway knows that Yah deals, got his eye on stuff going on in Straightway. And I can tell you, with this assembly that I'm in here, I can tell you straight up, I have seen his hand move on this assembly. You know what I'm saying? Some scary ways. I put it like that. You see what I'm saying? You know, but this situation wouldn't have went to this level, and if tape 1 was put out, you would clearly see this in tape 1. You see what I'm saying? Just like this thing, Pastor did the thing with Vinny, you know, and that triggered Pastor Rufus. You know, me personally, now I'm not leadership in Straightway. I don't think we should do anything else that might be taken wrong, that might trigger Pastor Rufus or anybody else, anybody leads. You know, that's how I move, because that's operating according to the word. But on the same note, Pastor Rufus saw that video and he was triggered and he was like, "Oh, we gonna fight. I ain't ducking it." And then so that answers your question, brother Major. You said, let's see. I thought Dow challenged Rufus to boxing match. Initially, Pastor Rufus pushed the fight thing, and then Pastor Dow said, okay, I accept the challenge. Let's make it a boxing match or whatever. And then it just went on. And look, we all know that ain't, but like, you know, we don't want to see two pastors, you know, we got to run this through the word. But what I'm saying, what I'm going to tell you, Pastor Dow took the high ground, took the high road and said, look, he said he not getting caught up in this no more. He gonna stay focused. He gonna stay locked in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Let me see what y'all saying here. Somebody said, "Shalom, Michael. I've been baptized in the name of the Messiah for 2 years, but I have searching to receive the Holy Spirit. What does it take to receive the gift of the Ruach?" Bless you. Yeah, you need to continue to seek the Father for his spirit. Continue to pray, fast, and or look up the definition of that word, supplication, for his spirit. Seek the Father. All right? And also, I'm not sure, because I've seen you in here before, Joseph, if you part of what you need to do is call that number. Because I don't know if you fellowship with Straightway, because we can have some brothers help you with that. So you call that number there if you don't fellowship with them. All right, let's see. Somebody put, people don't understand that Pastor Dow has a military patriot mindset, so it can be too much to handle for dudes like Ringo who get offended by his own shadow. So yeah, let me hit on that real quick. And I might have to go to the bathroom real quick, y'all. I gotta go. Hold on, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna be right back. Okay? If y'all got any questions, put them in there. All right. So I'm back. Hold on. All right. All right. So what I was talking about is, for a lot of people, it can, like, one of the things I say, why doesn't he, like, a lot of people are like, why doesn't he address this? Why doesn't he address that? I remember when the thing happened with Mama Nelly, and Ringo. Well, this is when Ringo was doing all of his videos. You need to address this. You need to explain what happened, this, that, and the other. And then I went to Pastor. I told him, I said, Pastor, why don't you just go on there, do a video, explain everything that happened? And he was like, I don't have to explain myself to them. and I'm gonna break this down. And then I was like, okay. I'm thinking, okay. And then I'm like, well, can you explain to me what happened? He went down every little detail, explained every single thing. Now, to Ringo and them, they're like, oh, he ducking smoke. He just don't want to, blah, blah, blah. But again, like the dude said in his comments, most people have never been around real men. So they're used to bullshitting because they bullshit, and they've grown up around bullshit. They never been around a person who says what he means what he says. And he legitimately means he don't want to come on here and explain nothing to none of y'all. He don't want to go on your show. It literally, you see what I'm saying? So the thing is a lot of people, like, they are convinced that because he won't come on and address nothing and say this and that, oh, there's something being hidden. That's not the case. I'm gonna tell you what it really is. Why, you really, nobody comes on, goes and answers people's questions and all that, and I'll answer questions. I don't care. You come. Y'all know the way this show is. Anything you put in the comments, if you want to come on the show, you come on the show. I'll go on anybody's show. It don't matter. It's whatever. But what people don't understand is for the majority of us, for pretty much everybody here in Straightway, this social media is like only accounts is only about this much of what we got going on. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the stuff we got going on is like real stuff where we trying to build a nation. We trying to come together like us over here. We're trying to come together as an assembly. We trying to build brotherhood, sisterhood here. We trying to get everybody in line so we could buy land soon and really function as a nation. And that's the bulk of what we're doing. And then we come on social media to talk a little bit. On the flip side, these people like Ringo, New Breed, Brainwaves, all that, their whole life is entertainment. They come on, make videos all day, all night, 8 hour. Ringo be making 8, 7, 8 hour videos. That's it. That's all they do. Like, this matters so little because the people we care about responding back to are the people that are part of our actual assembly, our nation. So it's like it'd be like Xi Jinping, like me wanting Xi Jinping, that's a president of China, wanting him to answer a question. Hey, why is there crime in that city over there? And that dude like, what? Who the hell are you? You know, is literally that's how it is. But again, a lot of y'all think past like all Straightways made up of it just videos being made. But then again, there's communities, there's saints, there's businesses, there's all types of other stuff going on, literally like a small nation operating. But again, a lot of people, their perception and conception of what's going on, they come from just a closed off perception of what's going on. When over here Straightway, it's way bigger. There's a lot more going on than you could ever conceive. But you can only perceive stuff from your limited reality that you live. That is not in alignment with the word. So, like I said, let me see, banner. And like I said, this is real talk. So if you got questions, comments, concerns, you could put your questions in the, paste that there. Say, you could put your questions in the chat. You could come on the show. You could ask. If you got questions, comments, concerns, you could come right on. Ain't nothing being ducked. You know what I'm saying? Just like the title says, we're addressing any and all issues and questions. Okay? To the degree we can address them. Okay? Somebody said, is he going to make a video of him taking the high road? Why the high road now when Rufus is asking for the tapes to be released? Timing seems odd. Hey, your name is Major. Hey, look. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I said what I said. If you think, if you don't believe it, I mean, that's what it is. Okay? So I don't know what to tell you. And what you're saying, Major, is that timing seems odd, but Pastor Rufus on, I guess it was on first day, so that's like 2 or 3 days ago, whatever, he put out a video like, I don't care where it is. He said, you name the time and the place, I'm there. Blah, blah, blah. Something to that extent. And then Pastor was like, okay, we're going to get a contract. We're going to set up a boxing match. We're going to get it. He had one of the other saints calling back and forth to set it all up. And then the tape thing came up. Oh, on one condition that. So, again, y'all need to kind of look at what's being said. I sat here and told you I listened to one of the tapes. I'll go listen to the other two here soon. But I'm just telling you, just in that one tape, there's stuff in there that don't need to come out. And when I say don't need to come out, it ain't nothing secret or hidden. It's just stuff regarding people's privacy, respecting other people's privacy. But when people in their emotions, they not thinking like that. But they ain't. Look, if you go and watch the hearing we did that got put out publicly, that was done, everything came out there. Everything came out. And going back, let me get back to something else I was saying. And like I said, y'all can come on. You do whatever. You can ask questions in the chat there, or you can come on the show and ask questions, whatever. But getting back to what I was saying on where, people want to hold Pastor to the letter when on how the council, the ecclesiastical council went and the ruling went, and he overruled it and all that. When, it's clearly my understanding that council and that board is made up of a lot of new people and everything like that. And the intent of it is setting that up so that when his time is through, there is some type of structure set up to deal with everything. But at the end of the day, Pastor was obedient to the word, set this whole thing up, okay? And now he's putting something in place so that it could continue when he's gone, okay? And you got people, man, they just want to hold him to that. It's like, bro, he's trying to set up a governmental system for it. You know what I'm saying? But people are just so caught up in their feelings and emotions and not even obeying the word for what the word says. There'd be a whole lot less drama and problems if people were obedient to 1 Peter 2. You know what I'm saying? Now you're not going to hear people talk about that. All right. All right. Trash. It is thou who pushed the boxing match. You are making us. Hey, John Hugh. Look. And the reason, look, this is perfect, because the reason I answer these people's questions is because I want y'all to see, how stupid some of them are. Okay? Elder Rufus initially pushed the fight thing. Okay? And I'm going to show you. Okay? This is off of Prince of Power's channel. Okay? You need to go on Pastor Rufus' channel, which is I think Servants of Yah, his channel, so you can watch this video for yourself. That was the catalyst. Y'all, I'm telling you, man, y'all gotta take y'all's medication, y'all's Ritalin, so y'all can pay attention. Like there's something wrong with you. Pastor Rufus initially took it there to fighting. Okay? What triggered him? That testimony that Vince did. You know what I'm saying? And me, I think wisdom moving forward. And look, and Pastor said it too. He told all of us. He said, look, he ain't messing with it no more. He done. He's done. Okay. But let me put this video up here because this dude ain't getting it. And maybe you put that. Maybe the dude put that comment in there earlier before I said something about it. But anyway, look. I'm just play a piece of this video. All right, listen.
Punk ass man out. I told you.
Shalak, yo. In this, some is here. Use the language here.
The face his punk ass man out. I told you.
Anyway, go watch that video on Pastor Rufus's channel. Okay? And that way, you know what I'm saying? You get where I'm coming from, John. Somebody say you are wrong. How did he take the high? Okay. You John, you said I'm wrong. Okay. The reason I said he take the high ground, this is again, he said you're just gonna have to watch for yourself. Pastor ain't doing no more videos about Pastor Rufus. Okay? And he didn't, again, he don't care what y'all think. He talking to the saints because he knows y'all are just here to, some of y'all, I don't know you, but anyway, but some people just here to be trolls. You see what I'm saying? But again, you'll know them by the fruit. Okay? And that's how he took the high ground, because now we ain't doing it no more. We're not going back and forth with Pastor Rufus. Okay? We're not getting into it. Is done. That's the high ground. Okay? That's the high ground I'm talking about. So, John, let me know if that makes sense to you. All right, let's see. So here they go. Release the tapes. Michael Israel makes it up as he goes along. He has zero credibility. Okay. If I have zero credibility, you should unsubscribe from the channel and stop watching. Why would you sit there and watch a person who's just sitting there lying to you? You see what I'm saying? These dudes is crazy, bro. Emo's is crazy. I love it. Why won't thou produce the tapes? Okay, like I said, I addressed that. Now, I said why they shouldn't come out, and I know people in Straightway know what's on the tapes. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but why do we have to? What do we need to prove to y'all? Because the tapes come out and y'all listen to them, and they cut y'all up and expose everything as being factual that we saying. You still gonna be on here trolling. All right, so let's see. You are building a cult, not a nation. Yeah, that's right. You need to look up what a cult is. Okay. Garbage. Okay, so let's see. Why did Jordan and Vic leave? They did not say why they left. You see what I'm saying? Jordan and Vic did not say why they left. So, so so I don't know. I do not know why they left. But John Hugh and John, or whoever that is, he lying, he knows. Bearing false witness. All right, let's see. Tapes. They're saying the tapes will reveal what actually happened in the meeting. Seems pretty important. Well, look, I'm gonna tell you this about again. We don't care about Straightway does not care about the court of public opinion. You see what I'm saying? We have a council made up of elders, deacons, pastors, and all that stuff. And unanimously across the board, they were in agreement. Okay? And I mean, so it is what it is. But so again, it's like why would if I tell Putin, you need to tell me why you keep bombing that building over there in whatever that country they're invading over there is. Okay? Putin, if Putin don't even care, like Putin probably wouldn't even acknowledge why. Like, who are you? Like, who? You're just a name on the screen. Like, who are you? You see what I'm saying? People don't even belong in the ministry, but only follow for drama. Big old facts, man. Look, some of these people literally serve Satan. Like you peer into some of these folks' lives, it'd be scary. Okay. And like I said, they're saying everything I said is a lie. I'm sitting there telling them what's on the tapes. You know what I'm saying? You know, and there's more I could tell you that's on the tape. There's more, you know. But at the end of the day, the essence of it is what I said. Period. What are the biggest challenges in living on a homestead, Brother Michael Israel? Very good questions. Very good question, Authentic Entertainment. Look, the biggest challenge, hands down, with living on a homestead or living communally with other saints, the biggest challenge, hold on one sec, is yourself. Those inner thoughts, the thoughts, feelings, emotions inside, and becoming aware of them, okay, of what's going on, of those dark areas that are inside you that you're unaware that are functioning. That's the biggest challenge. But that is the place where the Most High wants us to grow. Because if you don't become aware of the things that are operating in you and in the dark that you're unaware of, if you don't become aware of that's what causes sin. That's how these spirits operate in people. You see what I'm saying? So if you ask me, that is the hands down biggest challenge to living on community. You know what I'm saying? Because why? When you get around those saints, we say it's iron sharpening iron. You begin to see yourself like you've never seen yourself before. You see stuff in you, I mean, that you would have never in a million years see living in your comfort zone, hiding behind cameras, just making videos and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna see it that way. And in doing that, in coming into awareness of what's operating in you and bringing the light of the truth on it and dealing with it, you're able to have life and have it more abundantly. And you're not trying to change the reality around you to conform to your wickedness. Instead, You're changing yourself. And it doesn't matter where you're at. You're there. You see what I'm saying? So if you can change yourself, it everything else is going to be, you're going to be at peace. You're going to have that perfect peace. And again, that goes right back to this situation again of the fact that these people they get too caught up. I did a show yesterday. We're supposed to be looking in the mirror. But what happens, a lot of people they like looking out the window, but they need to be in front of the mirror. Okay? And I'm telling you, people come in this truth, and really, when you really begin getting into this word, it's gonna show whether you're looking in the mirror or in the window. And like I said, listening to these tapes, knowing, talking to people involved in this situation, Pastor Rufus got a little too caught up in the looking out the window instead of looking in the mirror. You see what I'm saying? All right. So the dude asks, and I don't mind, like, these questions, I don't mind answering them because they're questions I think are in a lot of people's minds who actually might have a desire to be a part of Straightway. Okay? So these are good questions. He said, how is it okay for people in Green Bay to receive $50, but it was wrong in GA? They were receiving more money. Y'all said the people in GA were oppressed and it was wrong how he was doing it. I don't know exactly how things were going in GA, but I also, again, I'm not speaking on, I don't know, all the operations, but I know up there in Straightway, and you have to refresh me. You said $50. What $50? What per what? Fill me in on the details. You see what I'm saying? But I know on communities, your food's taken care of, your room, you have a home you live in, that's taken care of. You ain't got to worry about that. Electric's taken care of. Transportation's taken care of. Literally everything's taken care of. So I mean, you got everything you need, toilet paper, all that stuff like that. So that it really doesn't leave room to have to go get, a lot of stuff. And this is why some people will move, but they save up a whole ton of money because it's the perfect environment to save. So again, I don't know the financial details of everything. I don't. All right, let's see. Somebody said the real mystery is, why do people who have no desire to be in the ministry seem to think the ministry is supposed to report to them? Hey, boy. Hey, that's about it. That's about it. That's a good one. So he says, this guy says, Rufus did initiate fighting. So, John, hopefully you can see that. Okay? Rufus did initiate fighting, and Dow solidified it by talking about contracts and octagons. Yep. And then after that, Rufus immediately did another video saying, okay, before, because initially, and again, this guy John in here, he's not talking about that. If you watch Rufus's video, he said he don't care what time, place. That's all he need. Okay, but then he changed it up. Now he needs time, place, and tapes to be released. So there's backpedaling going on. Okay? So okay, so he said, watching you confirms what I know about your cult. You are caught out but denying everything. Okay. Well, continue watching. Enjoy. I don't know what else to tell you. Okay. All right, let's see. He said, if the news is right, then Mir beat his son like a man and gave him a black eye. Is there scripture to support this? Would you do the same to your son for any reason? Now, I did a video a couple weeks ago, or maybe a week ago. I did a video a week ago about the past Samir situation. And if you've been watching the news, you know my stance right now. I'm not speaking on it because it's still a pending legal matter. And I don't care what people want to know. I don't want to say anything that's going to jeopardize, my brother and his family and everything like that with the legal system. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to come on here and say the right or wrong thing or whatever. Okay? But I will say this. In time, we will be speaking on it. So, I mean, you got a lot of people that are impatient and, they can't wait. Well, they're going to have to wait on this one. There you go. This brother dropped one. He said they don't watch when you're preaching, but all in when they think it's mischief. There it is. I like John Hugh, because you're over there typing in caps. Have you been watching my my spiritual self-development series? Because I know when I'm doing my spiritual self-development series, when we're actually talking about overcoming sin and getting our minds right, I don't recall seeing you in there. My views be at like 14 or 30, But now they up at 60. A good question. These dudes like this, a lot of these dudes follow Ringo, y'all. Just keep it 100. And these are the types of people, like, they emotionally gravitate to whatever pulls their attention in. So they're literally led by their feelings and emotions. Like, if the video title looks juicy, oh, they on it. But if it looked like something that's going to convict them, like the video I did yesterday, hey, y'all put a 100 in here if you saw the video I did yesterday. If you didn't watch the video I did yesterday, put a 0 in there. And make sure you do it too, John. I wanna see who truly follows spiritual combat, or do y'all just come over here when there's drama? Yeah. Let's see what's up with that. Y'all trip. Now he fully in his body. He said the big challenge will be coming to terms that you are a fool and will never own anything or progress in life while in a cult. So he in his body now. Hey, look. So here's something else, cause okay, here go another trip. You know, because he's asking me how to estimate Pastor Dow's portfolio. You know, now he trying to get all in his pocket again. You see, these people are only locked in on what they feel and what they can see. But again, what should Pastor Dow's portfolio be? When he went out there years ago, for years, and he's had to deal with people, situations, build, work, labor, sacrifice for years and years and years. Now here he is in his 60s. He's building a house. People are trying to call it a mansion, but he has 4 wives. 2 of the wives are in their childbearing years. They're going to bear more children. And I'll be honest, because we're doing the data cabling in it. When I go in there and look in it, I'm like, yo, they're going to outgrow this quick. With a couple children, they're going to be cramped in there. I'm telling you, man, these dudes, like, again, people don't know. People have no sense of observation. They don't think. They don't consider. Like, think about this. Who would be in here at lunchtime watching a video that they don't like about somebody that they accuse to be a liar? Like, what types of people are these? Who does that? I'm going to tell you who does it. Emotional people. People who are led by emotion and feelings. Now, you got this dude in here asking me all these questions. Apparently, all he does is consume video and content. If he was really that interested, he'd go out there and visit. He'd go out and see for himself. These people are like women watching soap operas, because that's what this is to them. You see what I'm saying? That's what this is. Hey, look, I'll be honest to you. What's going on, all this stuff going on social media, to the people that's in Straightway is less than nothing. It's less than nothing. Like, we got our day-to-day activities we go through, all that. I try to put out a couple videos a week, whatever. But other than that, we're consumed with actually moving forward, building Israel. Like, you don't see me over there in IUIC's channel worrying about what they do. Or on ISUPK's channel in they chat. What chat have y'all even seen me in? And I do video. I'm over media in Straightway. And y'all tell me whose chat y'all have ever seen me in. You know? You'd be hard-pressed to even see me on chats on Saints here in Straightway. Most of the time, I'm busy. Yeah, a lot of these people, they start talking about narcissists and all that. Like, they don't. What that has to do is leaders. Like, they don't like anybody over them, except Master Charlie at their job. Yes, a boss. And if you want me to do that, I'll do that too, sir. That's how they be at work. But then when it's time to build with their brothers and come together, oh, you're a narcissist. Why we gotta do what you say? Why everybody do what he says? Because he's in charge. We trying to build a nation. Y'all some coons, boy. All right, Rufus was condemned for his, but it is okay in Green Bay. Now, I didn't say that. I said I don't have all the information. So, unlike y'all, I don't be speaking on stuff I don't know. I will tell you I don't know, and I'm not gonna sit here and fabricate nothing or think it's something that it might not be. That's bearing false witness. And that's what y'all who come over from Ringo's channel, y'all are experts at that. Okay, let's see. So I see a lot of people in here watched it. Some didn't. That seems. Look, John. Look, John didn't come in here and tell me whether he watched it or not, though. He didn't watch it. He know he didn't watch. He over here for the drama. But that's why I look. You ain't gonna be around this channel too much because we don't. I don't do a whole bunch of real talks no more. Let's see. This is how we know that we are not of this world. We care nothing about money, but y'all do. We can live amongst each other because we all take care of and need nothing. Some haters, yeah. These people are so locked into money, but their families is wicked as hell. But they got their money. And excuse me, sir. How did Pastor Down the elders get multiple wives, but the other men didn't in the ministry? Have you answered this? Again, listen, man. Y'all got to take your medication. Other men in the ministry do have multiple wives. There's plenty of people in the ministry with multiple wives. Where are y'all getting this false information, man? What are you talking about? Yeah, there's, again, if you really want to know, come visit. If you're really interested. If you actually listen to the teachings that pastor puts out, instead of just listening to the drama, you would know different. Now preaches to not have contracts with the world. It seems like he has a license, foundations, receives money from military. Aren't all these contracts of some sort? With the military getting he's talking about with the military, you're getting your VA disability pay. Like I get VA disability, if you look in the word, when you see what's it called? In Rome, you hear what Paul said, he render unto Caesar what is Caesar. So, they were in that captivity, they were paying the Roman tax, everything like that. What I would say, like you talk about a marriage contract, that's an evil contract. With how they can take advantage of you in that, and it's a unrighteous contract because a ketubah is a contract also. That's a Hebraic marriage contract. But when you get a marriage contract with this system, it's the marriage contract with this system of this world is that contract is with the government also. You're involving the government in your marriage to have jurisdiction over your marriage. Same thing with birth certificates. So, but that's the best I could say there. I mean, I would actually have to go ask him because I don't know. So, you see what I'm saying? So that's something I would have to have him speak on. The foundations, no. The foundations actually are removed from the government without going, in depth about it. Okay, that it actually is a way of coming out from among them in an economic way. That's the best way I could put that. So it is absolutely, it's not no 501c3 where you're giving the government jurisdiction over your ministry on what you could say. Okay. Again, there is something wrong with it. Now I get it, man. These dudes got some type of learning disability. Because I'm sitting here answering questions. and he's sitting there saying, I thought it was question and answers. I'll tell you, man, we got some characters on here. Garbage be people. Okay. Is it okay for the leader to holler at your wife and children? To rebuke them? Let me know if you mean, is it okay for them to rebuke them? I mean, in a community, yes, anybody could get rebuked. Okay? And did Pastor Dow say that he is done with, yeah, he done going back and forth with him on that stuff. You should have a show with answering questions and then criticize. You shouldn't have a show. Okay, but I do. He said you shouldn't have a show with answering questions and then criticize the people that are asking questions. Make it make sense. Here, I'm going to make it make sense. I do have a show where I answer questions and criticize the people asking them. So what should you do if you don't like that? Okay? There you go. What should you do if you don't like the show and how I have it? Somebody said, I'm truly thankful and grateful for Pastor Dow and Straightway. Me too. It has got me in a better place. Got my wife off the job, my children out of the public food system. Oh, here's a question for you, John. Have you ever visited Straightway in any of the communities? Okay, my brother. This is my brother, Brother Gideon. Why are people upset that Pastor Dow is building his own house after building probably 50 plus homes for other saints while living in a small trailer with the wall open to the elements? John? There's another question for you, John. That's a second question for you from Brother Gideon. So now you got questions. Let's see how you answer them. Okay? Let's see. Okay. Okay, we waiting on John now. We're going to see what John says. Okay, so if you leave the land, will you be able to take your home with you? Look, when we come to a community, I'm gonna tell you what happens. Just being a head of assembly too. When people come to these assemblies, and people come into it, and they 100% serving y'all. They all in. We supposed to be coming together as a nation. The Bible tells us to gather ourselves together, O nation not desired. Y'all, when these people leave the ministry, nobody kicks them out. They decide to leave. They decide to go against the word and leave. They decide to, because they get in their feelings, because they don't like something, because they don't like the way the leader did something, they decide to go against what the word says. So 1 Peter chapter 2, servants, be in subjection to your masters with all fear. The Bible tells you he's given us pastors, preachers, all this stuff, and to be submitted to them. And the Bible even says, hey, if they're doing something you don't like, it don't tell you, where does it tell you to leave? So why are y'all coming in here grilling, asking all these questions? Can I take my house with me? I thought I thought the Bible told us to gather ourselves together. I thought the Bible laid out how to work things out. Why are you so concerned about whether you could take your house with you? Why aren't you more concerned? Why aren't you asking Elder or Pastor Rufus why he left? Why are these people leaving without saying anything? Why aren't they doing what the word says and going to the person that they have the issue with and trying to work through it? So these are the questions. This is, again, this is why we say y'all have been assimilated into this beast culture, this beast system we operate in out here. Okay? So y'all are locked into it, and that's how you see stuff. Can I take my house with me? Why aren't the questions being asked? Why didn't Pastor Rufus stay? Why did Pastor Rufus go against 1 Peter chapter 2? He again, John, and I'm telling y'all why I'm addressing this. John, he was not kicked out. We got plenty of witnesses to back that up. In fact, if you watch Pastor Rufus's first video, he will tell you in the video he was not kicked out. On his own video, out of his own mouth. That's why I'm saying, y'all need to check yourselves because you're wicked. He tells you in his first video, when this was going down, that he wasn't kicked out. Pastor says, and you'll have the elders sitting there saying, they made provisions for him to have a home and for him to have a place to stay. Look at him. You see what I'm saying? But this is, again, when you are a YouTube junkie and all you do is watch videos from people and you're getting a one-sided perspective on everything, and you're violating the 10 Commandments because you're bearing false witness, you're gonna be confused. You're misled. You're sitting there pointing a finger and trying to point out wickedness when you're operating in wickedness. Man, y'all, look, and I understand, I get it. These dudes, they're not gonna get it. But I want y'all to see the type of people that are out there. I want y'all to see that these people do not care about the Bible. They could care less about it. Okay? You see what I'm saying? These people don't care about the Bible at all. Because if they studied the Bible, majority of these questions, they wouldn't even be asking. So I just want y'all to see who you're dealing with. All right, so let's see if there's anybody else, because now they fully in their feelings. And everyone trying to call back. So somebody said, and everyone trying to call Pastor Dow a narc. Oh, narcissist and hypocrite. But Rufus literally doing hypocrisy in his talking. You can't make this up. Man, I told you, people listen to inflection and tone and the neuro-linguistic programming of the words coming out designed to hit people's emotions. But again, because these dudes don't know the Bible, they get manipulated. They go along with whoever's speaking towards their feelings and emotions. So, like I said, all right. Anyway, let me see if y'all got so the dude asked, why couldn't he face his accusers? So again, and what I'm about to say, there's a video on Pastor's channel backing this up. It's out there of the council where everybody testified about what happened. From the very beginning, Pastor Rufus took a bunch of missteps. Again, if you knew the Bible, you would understand this. He sat there, and the Bible tells you, go to your brother, and you go to him, and if he doesn't, deal, if you don't rectify whatever was said, then it says, get another brother, get 2 or more brothers or whatever, and go to him again. If that don't work, bring him before a bunch of people, blah, blah, blah. Pastor Rufus didn't follow that. He kept skipping that process. Okay? They were going to set it up for there to be a big meeting, for them to be in front of everybody, but at Straightway, Georgia, but Pastor Rufus told him, you not, he was telling them, two of the pastors, he ain't letting on his lane. You see what I'm saying? So there's a bunch of missteps. Bro, this thing ain't complicated. But yeah, man. So, but as you can see, there's 60 something odd people watching, and nobody really has, it's pretty much, y'all, this thing ain't complicated, man. We gotta, we all need to read 1 Peter chapter 2, the whole chapter. If you read that, it sums it all up. And I get it, man. Everybody, people get emotional. I understand it, but me, it's time to move on. Let's see if I got anything up. Let's see before. Yeah, that's pretty much it there. I think I pretty much hit everything. We're going on about an hour and a half. I'm more than past my break, so I got to get back to work. But I wanted to get this video in. I didn't want to do it later on because I got other things I got to do later. So yeah, I see Gideon has answered some of y'all's questions in there. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, we gotta be about that book, man. It ain't complicated. And if some of y'all are just adamant that things are a certain way, but again, John and John, y'all 2 Johns in there. What does the Bible say? It tells you to prove all things and hold fast to that which is true. And you're sitting here, y'all done accused me of being a liar. Y'all done said a lot of stuff. How are you going to prove that? Y'all got a lot of accusations that can only be proven by getting boots on the ground. Y'all need to prove that, or that's on your head. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's solar panels. Uh, you know, there are communities that have solar panels, brother. But solar panels, you know, I've heard some stuff about solar panels. I think they eventually like the panels can lose their efficiency and stuff like that. You know, I'll be honest though, I'm not on community yet. I'm working on. Well, we live as a community. I'm not on land yet, but we are going to really begin researching once we get on land. Some alternate power sources, wind, water stuff like that, solar. But yeah, I haven't really looked into that too much. Okay, so anyway, y'all. With that said, I appreciate all y'all tuning in. This has been another Real Talk series. We tried to feed the trolls. These trolls today, man, they had ADD or something, man. It just wasn't cracking through them. I think they just wanted to come and just point fingers and question stuff. But what they really need to do is look into it. You know, it's like what we're trying to tell you. What y'all think things are ain't what it is. Or let me say it a better way. What Ringo is painting for y'all ain't what it actually is. So, but this is the other thing I say. Only time will tell. All right. Appreciate all y'all tuning in. I'm Michael Israel. You're watching Spiritual Combat. Shalom.